Are your Instagram reels falling flat and not getting the engagement that you hope for? Ever wonder why some reels go viral and then others barely get noticed? Well, today we're going to be talking about all the essential details that you need to know to make your Instagram reels look fantastic and perform even better. Get ready for the ultimate cheat sheet on Instagram Reels. Welcome to this week's Rocky Mountain Marketing Quickcast. This is your go-to source for actionable advice and the latest news in social media and digital marketing. Every Thursday in just 8 to 12 minutes, I'm going to be delivering quick, impactful tips to help you stay ahead in the fast-paced digital landscape. I'm your host, Katie Brinkley. Let's dive into today's episode. Welcome back to this week's episode of Rocky Mountain Marketing. First things first, it's been a minute since I've done a full deep dive on just a social media strategy. And so I figured, why not start with my Achilles heel, Instagram Reels? And I think that with Instagram Reels, it's one of those things where it's a very different culture on Instagram with Reels than it is over on TikTok. And it seems like these days it is either 100% entertainment or it is just some B-roll footage with some generic text on the screen saying, click the link for more details or read the caption for more details. I think that we need to go back to Reels because it is so powerful. Reels are the best way to get more reach on the platform at the time of this podcast recording. I mean, who knows? Tomorrow, things could be different, but as of today, Instagram Reels are the best way for reach. They are the first post in my 4-post strategy. It always starts with an Instagram Reel. I want to take today's episode to talk about Instagram Reels sizes. And you might be saying, wait, sizes? You're going to want a pen and paper for this episode because we're going to be talking a lot about Reels sizes, Reels covers, all of that. And it's going to help you really maximize your Instagram Reels exposure. So you might have been spending weeks or hours, or maybe it just takes you a few minutes these days to have that perfect message for your audience on your Instagram Reel. But if your video isn't formatted correctly, all that effort could go to waste. Uploading images or videos to the wrong proportions can lead to awkward crops, stretched visuals, or worse, at the absolute worst, pixelated results. And trust me, no one wants their brand to come off as unprofessional or as sloppy, really. So using the correct size is not only going to ensure that your content looks great, but it also plays a significant role in how well it performs in Instagram's algorithm. Yes, we're talking some algorithms today, folks. So let's get into the nitty-gritty. For 2024, like I said, at the time of this recording, Reels are the best way to get more reach on your content. But you shouldn't only do Reels. Again, 4-post strategy, Reels, carousel, single image, and then a wild card. But for your awareness post, if you are doing an Instagram Reel, you need to have the right sizes for your Reel. So for your Reel, you always want to have it with the 1080 by 1920 in the pixels. So if you're creating your Reels in something like Canva, or if you're using a third-party app to make your Reels, use that 1080 by 1920. And that's also a good size for you to keep in mind if you're making a Instagram Reel cover. You should have a cover for your Instagram Reel saying what it is that your Reel is about. If you want to have it be a picture or something prettier so that your feed stays nice and aesthetic, typically what I do for my Instagram Reel covers is I just take a picture on my iPhone. Most of the time it's me looking up or like pointing or doing something like that. So I'm wearing the same outfit that I wore in my Reel. And then I just put what the question is or the hook above what I actually solve in that Reel or what I'm talking about in that Reel. And you want to have that 1080 by 1920 pixel size. Now, this 1080 by 1920 size is great for the Reels feed. However, if you are looking at Reels in the Instagram regular home feed, it's actually going to be a 4:5 ratio, which means about a third of the frame is cropped off of the feed. Why is that important? Well, if you put your message too far down or too far up on the top of the screen, your words are going to be cut off, or your graphics, your emojis, whatever you have. So make sure that you keep in mind when you are creating your reels that you have that 4:5 feed size in mind. The visual quality of your reels is crucial, and Instagram's algorithms favors videos with high quality visuals. So stick to these dimensions to ensure that your reels get the most out of the Instagram algorithm. So now that you know the sizes, let's talk about some of the best practices. When selecting your cover photo for your reel, again, you want to make sure it's 1080 by 1920, and this will make sure it will look great whether someone is viewing it on your profile, on your home profile feed, on your profile reels feed, or just in the regular feed. You can select a frame from your video, or you can choose to have a custom image off of your camera roll like I do, and you just tap add from camera roll, and then you adjust it as needed. Remember, you want to choose an image that is going to look good in the 1080 by 1080 pixel, that square size in the home feed. This will help your feed cohesive and professional. And like I said before, one thing to keep in mind is that your reel's aspect ratio will change depending on where it is viewed. In the full screen mode, so in the Reels feed, it is going to be that 9:16 ratio. But in the home Instagram feed, it's cropped to 4:5. So make sure that the most important elements of your video are centered and avoid placing any critical content near the edges, the side edges, or the top or the bottom. This way, whether viewers are looking at it in the full screen mode on Reels feed or in their home feed, they will have a seamless experience and you will get more views on your content. And don't forget that the bottom of the reel is where the caption and the comments live. So avoid putting any important visuals there. And if you're creating your reels in a third-party tool like Adobe Pro, CapCut, Canva, whatever, one thing to keep in mind, and this is something that me and my team were actually working on earlier this week, because we created a whole bunch of reels for one of our clients and we were uploading them to TikTok as well, but they didn't get compressed the right way for Instagram. So Instagram will size down anything over 1080 pixels wide to 1080 pixels. So images and videos need to be at least 320 pixels wide. If you use something similar, it will be resized up, which can lead to a loss of quality. So keeping your uploads to that 320 to 1080 pixel range will make sure that they keep their original resolution. And again, the better that your visual quality is, the more professional it'll look, but the Instagram algorithm will support you and push you out to more people. And now for a quick break. We've all heard that AI can change the way that you do business. If you have a podcast, if you have a YouTube channel, are you repurposing your long-form content to its full capabilities? And that's where Capsho comes in. Check out Capsho and how they can help you create more content by visiting katiebrinkley.live/Capsho today and start using Capsho and AI to work smarter, not harder. All right, let's get back to the show. We're talking a lot of numbers in this episode today, but I really think that this was a good reminder for not just me and my team, but I think it's a good reminder to just go back to the basics with your Reels creation. Making sure that you are uploading things of high quality is going to help you. Making sure that things aren't getting compressed too much so that they get blurry, so that you're not just uploading horizontal or landscape photos and they're getting cut out. This is a great reminder to take things, both just landscape and portrait if you're taking pictures, so that you can use them for a variety of mediums. The biggest thing that Instagram wants to make sure is that the user has a great experience. So you have to keep your audience in mind. Keep your content centered. Put it in the center of the screen. Keep your words so that they are in that 4:5 sizing so that people will see the full message. Avoid putting the crucial elements or text on the edges where they could get cropped out. using those high resolution images and videos. One of my best ninja tips, if you have an iPhone, is to take all of your pictures in live mode, because when you upload live mode photos to your reel, it will move. And just that slight movement will keep people engaged and watching longer. Remember, the quality of your reels can directly impact your reels reach and your reels engagement. High quality, well formatted reels are more likely to be favored by the algorithm, boosting your visibility. And this is one of the things, if we want to have more visibility, don't worry about doing the trending dance or using the trending audio. All of that helps, but the biggest thing is the quality of your content. And these simple fixes can have a massive result for your Instagram strategy. As we wrap up today's episode, I just want to emphasize the importance of making sure that you are using Instagram specs and guidelines. Social media platforms frequently update all of their features, so keeping your ear to the ground or your ear to Rocky Mountain Marketing every week is essential. If it's been a while since you've looked at your Instagram bio, remember that is your first introduction to new people that land on your account. Let's make sure that you have an Instagram bio that is going to convert people to follow you, to engage with you, and eventually do business with you. I do have a free download for you. Go to katiebrinkley.live/Instagram to get your free Instagram bio builder. You're going to get instant access to my free bio builder to make sure that your Instagram bio is going to be converting people on your account. So again, katiebrinkley.live/Instagram, and we'll see you in next week's episode. Thanks so much for listening to this week's episode of Rocky Mountain Marketing. I hope you're leaving with valuable insights and the inspiration to lead your market. If you've enjoyed our time together and found today's podcast episode useful, I have a small favor to ask of you. Please hit that subscribe button to stay updated with the latest episodes. And if you know someone who could benefit from these episodes, maybe a fellow business leader or an aspiring entrepreneur, go ahead and share this episode with them. Let's spread the knowledge and grow together. Also, I'd love to hear from you and continue the conversation beyond the podcast. Visit me at katiebrinkley.com to connect, to find more resources, or just to share your journey. And be sure to pick up your copy of my new book, The Social Shift, at katiebrinkley.com/book. Thanks again for tuning in. I'm Katie Brinkley, and I can't wait to dive into more strategies and stories with you on the next episode of Rocky Mountain Marketing. Let's keep on taking your marketing to new heights.